Hello everybody and welcome to me, Jan the Tiger. Let's finish this game called Finding the Paradise, shall we? And I'm gonna play it till the end. It might take 2 hours. Just saying that. Maybe more. Last time, don't want to make a recall, so let's just move on. Quite a pencil script. Jeez, I wonder who he learned to draw like that from. Acquired pencil, quick pencil script. That gives 2. Okay, sure. Why is the world this open? Because I can go to the right, what I'm most likely gonna do, or I can walk up here. Oh my god. This jellyfish. Jellyfish! Are you feeling alright, Eva? So many of them! It is good to have an interesting other than gardening, I guess. Giant world of jellyfish. Well, I guess I always love the piano, but... Oh. Well... when I was a kid, I had a piano teacher. Every time I played, she made me feel like the worst pianist in the world. For a while I stopped going and I stopped playing, but I guess I was just a kid with no self-esteem. Self-esteem. Cause it has already got to me. Whatever I doubt myself, I remember her words. One day, I had enough, and I said to myself, someday I'm gonna to be a content pianist. Okay, but isn't that letting her distract that whatever you do with your life? Well, I guess I have a weird way of seeing things. To me, it doesn't matter much which part I take, as long as I make the most out of it. There is only so little time and life, and we've never been able to do all that we want. No matter what we do, there did always be another thing to try, other part to take. So in the end, I think I must have to be satisfied with the one that I took. But I'm just blabbering now, even about me. How about you? What makes you become a pilot? I want to fly to places. Is that it? A long time ago, a friend of mine was somewhere far away. I guess I just want to go find them again. Anything important going up there? Yeah. Not sure. I was staring at the shark. Okay, call me when we are ready to move on. Of course it's bloody that. Can I go this way just to spare time? Nope. I have to go the long way. Just call me when it's time to go on. I don't think you normally use jellyfish. Hey, where is it going? Wow, for a compass, it sure is cuddly. It's actually kinda ticklish. Why is this even a pet in the petting pool? I don't know. Ask it. So I would say that thing was not important, but that thing out there, Eva should have been into. Why do I want to sneeze when I'm recording? Not the best time. Come on. Go on, I will be there. Weird. This... This is more triggery. To be honest. I did it! Woohoo! I'm not that dumb. Hey, we are good to move on now. Go then, I will cut right up. You sure? You sure are taking your time. Hey, no one kicking me out. Good thing I got my hours in time, huh? You better have. It is gonna be a different world out there. You ready to go? Yeah, in a moment. You done with your jellyfish happers? It's not a happers, and yes. What is going on here? Not sure. But this place sure make this Prussian. Wanna draw a plane? No one will be here to see it anyway. Well, this is the normal way out, and I think I have to see that later. That is one of the pictures. You have always liked the picture, yes? Oh! I have them saved for you. Just a little something to remember this place by. Thanks, Bart. You have done good job work for us, kid. Honesty, responsible work. Oh, I almost forgot. Your favorite plane is still here for one more day before we move her. If you wanna give her one last flight before then, it is on the family. Thanks, boss. Seems sure looking weird being that empty, huh? This whole place does. But again, I can also go down here. Can I even go outside? That's too much. So, what is the next step? With the airport closed down and all. Oh, and all. Sure. Well, there is a flying job I applied for. I did the interview with them the other day. I think I got a good chance at it. There's still a long way to go, but that will help me build some more flight hours. Wow. To think that you have already come so far. It feels like only yesterday we were still standing on the balcony. Thanks for giving me the kick I needed, by the way. Happy to have late. Hey, any project with that lady from the orchestra? Sophia? Well, we have been talking, and I don't know. I might try to ask her out for a date soon. But, well, you know how I am with that stuff. Wanna help me prepare? I'm not sure if I've been for much help with those sorts of things. But if you want advice, I just say to just work on making yourself more interesting, blah blah blah. Yeah. Still a working process, yes. We haven't been talking as often lately, you know. Sometimes even when I were here, I just do your own thing. I know. Sorry. It has just been so busy. It's the good kind, though, right? Seems to me you have got it together. Hey, you gonna take up that flight the boss offered? Barry said that there is a grass strip near the hill. You just go to, right? Might be a good time to try landing there. Yeah. You're coming along? Hmm? They are just spreading herbal seeds everywhere they go. And of course that is so awesome. He sure didn't make it easy on us being a prominence with the detail. Here, I got an idea. Rick Friedman, not again. There, just now let's go get Pa. You're a moron. You can not just draw a smile like that. Lips are red, not black. Great job. Now he looks like an Merlin Joker. We have almost burned through all the memories, haven't we? I guess the monstrum should be just up ahead. Good, maybe that will help us get to the source of what he wants. As if we don't know what that already. Huh? It's her, obviously. There is a reason she keeps on showing up. The guy clearly got her childhood sweetheart in his mind and has been asking what if. He wants her, but he has got prickles, so he knows he can't have her. The perfect explaining of sad man who needs our help hacking those runs of the problem. Are you struggling to remove her? Well, if you do, you will be the expert. But whatever happens, we have to change something. And in the end, she is the one we could answer the most. Ahoy. Colin himself said he would try to advise changing friends involved in his family, right? And out of those memories, Farron is the only other conviction that keeps coming back up too. I guess you're right. We could start with her and work our way up from there. But something still doesn't add up. Hello? Could it be? It's me, Roxy. I'm here. Oh. How is it going in there? Amazingly, of course. How are you doing? Did you bring the paperwork? Oh, now it's the paperwork. Yep, I brought the paperwork already. I also brought What? I can't stand that guy. I can hear you. Hi, Rob. Hey. Anyway, you guys gonna come out real quick to get the paperwork done? We are kind of on a roll here. Maybe we should ask them to help us with the papers. Oh, by the way, Neil, I need to gonna ask about the machine. I'm heading out to force them ready for fill. Wait, what? You know, the production is either calling our patient now and one of us has to check the forms. Yeah, but we let the other help before and the headquarters never cared. Maybe we should have cared, Eva. Maybe we should have cared. Then were you the one being controlled? Anyway, get the last memory link while I'm I'm gone, will ya? It wouldn't take long. And call me when you're ready to go in the next memory. I don't wanna miss it. Hey! Act 2, apparently. You didn't have to leave anymore. What? So let me get this straight. You got a part from the whole machine because the main treatment sucks butt. Look, it was the easiest way. Had I just left it to the companion process, it would have never got done. Much like this paperwork. Oh my gosh, I just realized you are talking and writing at the same time. That is amazing. I hope I didn't cause you to make a mistake. I'm so sorry. You know something even I can tell if you are a Starricher, and that says a lot. Come to think of it, you actually reminds me a bit of someone from this patient's memory. She is wacky and all over the place too. I bet it would have loved to meet her. So I'm sure you have. Too bad we are gonna have to do something about her. However, was the paperwork's done and signed. Thanks for bringing them to the Doc Rocks. I'm gonna go check on Colin. You are just gonna get away like that? You might have fooled Eva and Rob, but don't you think you could fool a following technomist? I did a quite description earlier. Seems like you have done more than most removing the stabilization. No. The machine you are using here is not even your often summoned equipment, isn't it? Because you means the machine is back to headquarters in your office. I don't know what you're up to, but I'm gonna find out. Hey Rob, how is the situation looking? It's fine. I forgot his voice already. I was taking with the medicine doctor and what would the matter is at treatment? Oh Rob, you're troubling again. No, I'm not. In fact, troubling again. Is everything going okay in here? Swimmingly. You was just gonna go and check on Colin. Yeah, I am gonna check on Colin. Hey, about earlier. Never mind that. How is the project with the patient? Just, well, we have a lot of unlock his entire timeline. Then we will just send the signal and blam! Another job well done. Sounds like you got everything under control. You bet! Hey, look, I still think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier. I When I said I couldn't stand you, I swear it wasn't only because I thought you weren't listening. Oh, move along. Your cut's so shiny, Neil. Did you get it dry cleanly? How can you shift tone like that without third-degree whiplash? What? Oh, I'm sorry. So yes. About your machine. Yeah, the drying cleaning is just the best. Do we see the book still here? You are out early. My voice gonna kill me for this. Give me a second to get something to drink to prepare for that. Next time. Just needed to take care of some things. I'm heading back in soon. That's good. Bring up. Well. Well, we go with the patient. Follow my own heart. Because I don't think his heart is like that. So, if I was him, I'm not a douchebag. I would maybe have mentioned it. I'm thinking of it too much. Because in one hand, he said, don't say anything to my family. The other thing in me said, what if we tell the family what is going on? But if we work as a project, we would not mention it. We are doing currently most of the part through Colin's mention. By the way, if you like, I could tell you about the things we found. I thought that would be conventional confirmed. Yeah, but you're his wife. I personally think you deserve to know. Thanks, but I'm okay. Aren't you at least a bit curious about things we found? Sure, and those were the time when I had been diving to know every detail. But now, I don't think it matters anymore. Perhaps you know some things I don't. Maybe it has even changed my view on things. Still, even then, it is just another incomplete picture of realistic. After all, lifetime work, all this said and done. I feel like the best I could do is to simply stay
But they really realistic. I have come to peace when
Ugh. His throat. Stop going.
there is somehow something I want to ask, only because I feel like it meant for me. Did you find anything about why Colin put this book here? And like this?
No. I actually gonna ask you same about it.
He hadn't got for a long time now, but he keeps the replacement. He keeps replacing the pages, and now it is full with pictures of black paper. If you found something about it, what it meant for me, please let me know. That is all I ask.
Understood. I will keep an eye out for it. Okay.
Hey, wait! Dr. Wood's right. I know I haven't been the most welcome, and you probably know why by now. But I know you are just here to do your job, so thank you for helping him.
Yeah. No hard feelings. I better see what's doing the first. This is the first time he's seen the pictures. A whole lifetime of memories, and we barely ran into any of those nice ones. Wedding photos hanging behind the TV with a couple look happily. A model of a small fixing wireless airplane craft. Hey, may I talk to you in a private moment? Well, sure. Alright, come on. What's up? There's something I want to ask you. It's about my father, Wes, and what you saw in there. You know that convention, right? Yes, but you just know what it's like being the family of a parent undergoing the productions. To be honest, my mother was always against it, and I was a big fan of either. But if father were to take on a new life full of memory, well, knowing what and why would at least help me come to terms with it. So please, could you tell me? Why is this always the... Well, we told the warm, but she doesn't care. She only cares about the book. So, but he is his son, and even that is a big one. Because I will tell if I had a son. The problem is my dad didn't tell what his problem were. I figured that out, okay? But that is another story if I even gonna remember that I mentioned that. You know, your father actually wished for something complete, unremarkable. He just asked to be happy, that's all. I guess he is certainly isn't, huh? Well, you shouldn't look at it that way. People are always gonna have a craving and longing of what ifs. He just converts about grass on the other side of the field. That's all. As humans are. I suppose so. But hey, he really didn't ask for you or your mom to stay apart, to stay as part of his new life. What? Stay your life. I hope that helps for what it's worth. Thanks, Doug. Good luck with the rest of it. I hope something works out. We will do what we can. And again, we didn't have done shit. Taking a break, huh? Paperwork, mostly. How is he looking? Confidence is okay so far, but you guys sure are scaring things up in there. Trimming things up? What do you mean? It is brain active? Is it being normalized higher for a certain patient? Trying to grin him too much in there. Wait, what? But we haven't been doing anything different going to any other patient. Hey, I'm only telling you what I see. Anyway, just try to keep it in mind. I will continue monitoring his status. Hey, thanks, Doc. Maybe I should check in with Eva first. Profound Eva. Hey, Eva, do you hear me? Neil? Yep. How is this going in there? I'm trying to find the last memory link. Still? There always only one left? Yeah, I just don't know what I'm looking everywhere, but Scan shows there's one more somewhere. I'm gonna find it. Are you done with the paperwork? Well, I just... Damn it. Where's my pills? Neil? I better not have left them in the car. Hey, you still there? Sorry, I'm not finished with the paperwork yet. How long does it take to fill the signing of papers? It is almost ready. I just come back as soon as I will come back as soon as it's done. Alright, just make it quick. I shouldn't take as much time to get to the car and back. But why is he like, it's like it's heart attack? Is it like that? I don't know. It's kind of a cancer thing. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, I'm a person, okay? So, why are they doing this? Hey, mister. I know you come by here. Oh, it's you again. Thanks for kicking Amber Stall into the pond for me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Is that your mother? It's okay. I hope you traumatized that kid. She's been picking on my potato for years. It is time she learned her lesson. And now that I got an even smaller potato, I was really starting to worry about the future. You'd name their kid Potato too? Of course. Don't be silly. It's just a nickname. His real name is Scrub. By the way, the front of the desk man said you are here to visit the old man Colin. You know Colin? Yeah. He's literally beat up Amber for me. Did I use that word right, Mom? No, dear. You meant figure actually. Oh, wow. I couldn't even say that. What is it? So, anyway, last week Colin gave me his leftovers jar of lemon juice. I haven't seen him since when though. Could you please give it back to him? Wait, the lemon juice for to write the secret message, of course. I bloody knew it. I forgot how just to do the other thing. It is invisible ink. I have already wrote 2 secret letters to Scrub for when he can read good. Old man Curran said he was already done using it, so I could borrow the whole jar of it I want. Oh. Lucky me. So could you give me the jar back to Colin? Well, I don't think Colin needs it anymore. You could probably keep it. Wowie, thanks. I'm gonna write a letter to myself. Okay, Potato, it's time to head back home. Aw, already? Right. Eva, are you calling from the machine? Yeah, at least the function still works normally. Hey, listen, I think I might have found out something about Colin's notebook. That is not important. Right now I need you to check something for me. Oh, what? Bye. Is everything going okay in there? Did you find the last memory? No. Are you at the computer? I can't be. Good. Could you run a record search on Fairy and check of entrant fair? You think she was in the plane crash? You think she was in that plane crash? I just want to rule the possibilities of some things out. I will send you the external proton when it is enough data, even without the last name. Let me know when you have the results. Okay. Hello! Hey, Rox, you're still on my laptop, right? Yep. I just forward profile to you. Might help me running a record check. Sure, might tell me what you are up to with the machine. Okay, Loki Pokey. Who in the world says that? I don't know. It seems then I called you back when it's resolved. Hey, Eva, I'm still working on that. Neil, can you hear me? Yes. Hello? Are you there? I'm right here. What is it? Neil, if you can hear me, listen. I think she... what? Eva? Are you still there? Weird. The con must have been manipulated. I will fix as soon as I get back. There's so many things going wrong right now. Really? Wait a minute. Huh. That is a nice bike. Sure, wish I had one like it. Eva, what happened earlier? No, it's Rosie, you silly pumpkin. Oh. So, how are the record searching going? Oh, it's going great, just great. Actually, no. It's not great at all. Well, what Rob's saying is that is depends on your prescription. What? Is a yes or no question? Did she die in the plane? Did she die in the plane crash or not? Well, so here the great part. There is no plane crash to her record, so you wouldn't have worried about that. Good. Why didn't you just say so? And simply no would have been solved. Well, that is not all though. The thing is that not only there's no plane crash, there's nothing else to her records either. In fact, there's no records of Ifia, as in no recording arrangement in public domain, as in no recorded in exam everywhere. With music. We have checked the European Consortium Private ID Network database even a few places that we primarily didn't have access to. Still, there's no records of anything. No death, no even birth. Oh. So, unless Colin got an experiment of the congenital amnesia conclusion, he doesn't, I checked. Yeah, so... Oh, sorry. Got another call. Hello? Yeah, you have to run. Because that's... Even if it was just something like me. Or someone like me. Hey, where are you two going? Company called. We are gonna got a patient going live across the town. Yeah. Get up, sorry Neil. Michael, huh? You should have taken a nap. Hey, we are all used to it by now. Seems like you have got a handful to solve out yourself, huh? Yes. if what we means what I think it be, you might. Okay. You might be in for a triggery evening. At least from experimentation complaints of the attempt to be rather precautions. I have read the patient's case, by the way. Take care for our word and advice. Well, you're sure probably gonna give it anyway, so I don't know the details about Collins lab, but it reminds me of a case we have done. Just try to remember to make someone happy isn't only about finding the answer. It could also be about sharing the question. What? Anyhow, good luck. By the way, don't think you are getting off the hook easy. After this is done, you are gone explaining to do, you know. And it's gonna be so much fun. See ya. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, wait. Something is absurd to me. Although I'm not sure why yet. I do know that to remove the machine stabilizer, but with the patient seeming being ignorant with the session procedure. I'm knowing nothing about computers either. I'm just one trying to read and play a game. Well, I hope you got a backup plan if he is able to get around a simple fraud firewall. Of course he is. I don't like this music. That is not looking good. Hey, Sophia, I think I found... We can talk later. Please head back in there for now. It seems like something is going wrong. Hey, you might gonna get back in there. What happened? Another strike in the brain activity, even more than before. I don't know what, but something is going on in there. Yeah, I'm heading back in and check with Eva. Hey, I think I saw your partners smashing just them. Is something wrong? Of course not. We got this, don't worry. I'm going back in there now. Okay, I'm counting on you. What else is there? Where's the book? That's good. But I really want to know where the book is. Because that is not the book. Well, Shouldn't the book stay with the old lady? I need to go back in there. Why do I even have a choice then? Like, no cheers. I don't have to go in there. Sure. Eva? What is something different in Chloe's avatar? What? Huh. The link in his timeline overworld got unlocked. Even if Eva not there anymore, didn't been easier to look for her where? I don't want to go to the overworld. Might be easier for Eva. Okay, I guess. Eva, are you here? Every memory of Kong we printed together so far. She is gonna be in one of them. The watercross have been brewing around. I guess it's near the memory we left off at. Scan? Person Eva is not detected. But why can I rotate this? We're still missing the latest memory. Alright. Not there? Where could she be? Not there? Not there? To be honest, I think she is in there. Not here. Not there. Damn it. How can she be in the machine but nowhere in the memories? Unless system narrowed down Eva's most remnant potion. Well done, freaking Bermuda Triangle. I would have guessed it was here anyway. Guess it's back in the crime scene. System, load up all the able recording from here. That's one place. I'm heading out. Keep the phone ready for a while. Wait, what? Friggin' Crumlin. How can this one memory link be so hard to find? And that idiot sure taking his sweet time. Wait a minute. Are you at the computer? Good. Could you run a reconnaissance of Fira and check any burners? I just want to rule the possibilities out or something out. Moving on. Neil, can you hear me? Hello? Are you there? Neil, if you can hear me, listen. I don't think she is real. She is all in his head, and something strange is happening. Hello? Neil, say something. How? Well, let's say like this. It happened for Hans Christian Andersen. With the fantasy line get broken and you can realize what's real and what's fake. And it can be dangerous when that happens. What is it? You. What did you do to Eva? What the heck is this? Okay, damn it. This isn't even freaking genre of patient I signed up for. What do you want? Leave. We can't leave. This is our job. Cullen signed us up to be here. He changed his mind. Leave. You don't belong here. Fine. You want to play hardball? Let's play freaking hardball. You may have been the honor host Brunum world, but I'm still be able amid for this well. I even thought I have to use it, but you leave me with no choice. It's time to show you the true power. Yeah. 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 This random controls and faces as a terrible idea. Yeah. Double sword? Really? If you think I'm going to show mercy, you are sadly mistaken. Give up. Please leave. Dagnammit. This is so not what I built that backup for. I guess even my code needs testing before permission use. And what the heck happens to Eva? I need to get to the bottom of this. Any of Colin should get me back to the overworld. No. Why can I not just get out to here? Because it's locked. How about this one? It is also locked, of course. Yes. But what will that hold? System narrow the point of mental activity. Discovered. Decline. She's spinning. She is splitting up everywhere. Where to even begin? What about begin where it all began? Because that will maybe give some sense. She is somewhere. It's just room that all none of the kernels. Huh? Hey! You have been here since the beginning, haven't you? You have only had the glimmer of his life. Don't speak as if you know the beginning. What the? What is this place? You tell me. Wait a minute. This is my unfinished phase. How are you even here? And where is Eva? Why should I tell you? You are going to remove me from Colin's memory. We aren't necessarily gonna. You are here to do your job, are you not? You're saying some selfish that you started with me when work your way up. We only said that cause we didn't know you could hear us. Wait, and that kid would... Wait, that can outburst. But listen, you need to believe me. I'm in the patient's side, not the contract. Is this the misunderstanding? We are here to do what is best for Colin, and you can work with us and make it happen. What does it sound? It does sound tempting. It would be nice if that were the case. But should I believe you? Let's see. No. Across the memory denied the foot booting. Hey, wait! I'm in and mid. Damn it! Did your own system just explode with the patient friend? I will take it after 8, so we're going like old and all of that. Why are we here? Oh, that picture is different. Could try, but I'm sure it doesn't recall the poster looking like that. You look like a discretion, by the way. You're trying to screw being in there and all looking the same. I didn't look close enough, okay? I'm sorry. This again? Hey, look over there! Okay, that is not fair that you basically run to the session procedure. Why wouldn't you give up and leave us alone. I know Colin signed the contract, but he only did it out of desperation. He didn't understand the comprehension, but he is done now. Listen, I know. I don't know what you're taking us for, but we are here to help him. I mean, I don't want to explain how yet, but let's give us a chance. Tell me where Eva is and give us the memory link so we can finish the job. Your coworker. To tell you the truth, I don't actually know where she is. And as for the memory link, you will have to go through me. God damn it. Why? I don't want to fight. Can I forfeit? I'm out of here. I can't beat her at her own turf. Across the memory desire. I don't want to fight her, to be honest. Okay, this sucks. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Why even fight her? I don't want to fight. And here, the only thing I can think of, if I may, is you. That was you walking by here, wasn't it? That is none of your business anymore. Hey, look, the paper plane thing was totally uncool, but what did you mean when you said you don't know where Eva is? I saw the footage, you were there and one who locked her away. No. All I did was lock the communication channel and give her a scare. I don't know where she went afterwards. In fact, she disappeared soon after you returned. Disappeared? As like she unplugged from the machine. Yes, she is no longer here. And if you don't leave too, well, I gonna make you leave. I still don't want to fight. Wait, how are you even crossing the private program like this? What the heck was that? I was asking at all. Jump and defend? Can I use up and down? I didn't even shoot, to be honest. Across the memory, the truck I'm for this booting. What is this anymore? Did Eva already unplugged from the machine? Maybe I should too. Wait, but if I'm not here either, I will might even be able to reset our process. I guess that leaves some use to keep her busy. I'm still confused which one is the oldest. Ah, okay, so you are the oldest. What about the left head? So, how did you buy a ticket for that seat? That was even here, and I cannot even remember that. I just took it because it was a bit darker. Get it right. Look, we don't have a lot of time left. If calling was to be fulfilled, we need you to work with us. Do you still not understand? Calling was is no longer something you can grant him. He wishes now for you to be gone. What did you do? What? I didn't do anything. Unless... Eva? Hey! That wasn't so bad anymore. Wait a minute. Oh, sweet. It is Christmas miracle. Don't get ahead of yourself. I don't want to fight. Do I have to fight? This again. I wouldn't let you get to him. I don't want to fight. What if I lose? Because then it's not fighting. This hide is real. This isn't real. I'm gonna accept it. Covered in memory to further booting. Maybe even having a bit of luck. I'm not gonna fight her. It will be wrong. After my thoughts. And I'm playing this my way. If you want to kill her, you can try. I don't think you can. Because I think there's something afterwards. Wait a minute. Last common memory were when living, say, common copy of Colin. But it was real thing and briefing nothing at all. Then was this close? No? Boxes. This thing, the lamp. I don't recall anything. Maybe the flower. Lamps. Am I really this stupid? Right, this is the one that stapled the copy of him. Could I get another bit of hemp, please? Everything. Because I'm running out of ideas. Oh, yeah. Colin, can you hear me?
Oh, you are back!
Yes, listen, I need your help. What the? Hello? You locked down the one and only who created you. No, that is not the real Colin. This memory is purging a copy of him that you created. Forgot about that. So yeah, I was stupid, okay? Come back for more, are you? Hey, I know you are no longer in your full control on this place. There's still time. Work with us. And we will make the best out of this. The best out of this would be you leaving Colin alone. And I will be the one who makes sure of that. Why do I think I have to fight? I don't want to fight. You think I can take you on now, right? Try me. Why should I? I don't even want to. Just kill me already. because it will give more sense just not fighting her. Not freaking cool. Still gonna accept it. Acquisition of memory denied. Conversion bootering. She clean no longer have a full control. That must be something we can do. Internal impression in Trajan. What the? Is that you, Eva? Russian mission haven't denied. This haven't been here before. I know where to go in my book because I thought this one. Oh yeah, we're still looking for people and all that. I think we just have to go out here. Eva, is that you? Hey. Where have you been? I've been looking everywhere for you. Did you see Farah around here? Don't worry. I took care of her. Already? What did you do? Oh, sorry about the mess here. I probably should have cleaned it up. You know, I have been thinking what we should that we should just leave. Wait, what? The patient clearly doesn't want us here. We certainly respect his wives. What are you talking about? The patient doesn't always know what they really want. You, of all people, should know. Wait a minute. Ah. I guess there's no use. You should know. By now you are just gonna leave. I really don't know what to do anymore. But I have to keep going. Even if it just slays you. Oh. Okay, wait, hold on a minute. I think it would have happened that thing anyway. Wow. Those clouds sure are as fluffy as they look. You have gone on for long enough, but this is where your summary ends. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do this. Yeah, I don't want to fight. I see that you are making wise choices. Well, it doesn't seemed like a good idea to fight what practically this world itself. But you are exactly that you are. Because if you really do respect the ancient affair of calling, then well, you could have done a lot more by now, turn this whole continent against us. You are just a single loser mental state as far as being able to spread for Colin. Sure, I may not respect his entirely, but so what? Colin got lost, and it hard to be not. It is hard not to be with all that you tempt him with. That's okay though. He might not always know what he wants, but he know what he needs. But you could very well be wrong. I mean, no offense, but you are most more than an incumbent copy of Richardson backup then. In fact, I'm not even sure if there is a point in taking to you right now. After all, you are just an empty figment of his imagination of ever being existed. Perhaps so, but is that any different from you are here to do? Eva! Hey, sorry I have to head out of the moment there. She is all in Colin's head, by the way.
Yeah.
I run on filmer with that fact by now. But what were you doing? You were just bailing out on me. I was a murdering simulation of codes and calling brain activities. Not sure how he mentally person could overdrive us, but it was getting out of hand. So what in the Christmas miracle after all? It took a while to work out the darkness, as we will need his brain functionality. Seems like it's working though. The effect should be smearing in more now. Wow, that have you been dealing with over here? Don't ask. What in the heck is that? Just some new code Rudson sent me. She said she saw Insure with the machine earlier and know we will be in trouble. Riding the part of the car while Rob was driving, apparently. Show off. Did she say anything else about the machine? Aside from you doing a crappy job with the self-repairs, no, nothing like there was much time to talk. Actually, I'm still not sure if Colin is stable enough for this to work yet. Seems like the Stamon still needs the shine a bit more. Been this good, we don't have the time for waiting around anymore. Actually, let me try something. You just wait here, cause she might come back this way. Hey, hold on a minute. The only matter of time now, isn't it? I might not be able to beat you, but don't count on my compilation. No, I'm not here to... Actually, wait. Wow, it works. What? Now you are bringing me here and get back at me for earlier? No, I brought you here for replacement. I don't know anymore. My brain is gone. Let's say it like that. This place should been off the records, even for Eva. And what do you want? You cooperation. I thought we went over that already. Sure, but now I have something to offer you in the return. What can you possibly offer me? Something fatality prehuman, actually. And even if you don't care for it, I have a feeling that Colin would. Hey, how did it go? She never came back this way. Well? How? Pure talent. Rose has her tricks and I have mine. Okay, no need to own a conversation. We are good to go then. Yeah, she won't bother us any longer. Not that she is able to anyway, with the situation setting in. Well, that affects everything timber. She have a little time as it is. Come on, let's move on already while we still can. All of that for only 2? We'll do this one. I don't know about that. That is the most stupid one of them all. To be honest. Well, let's go and see what we have found and the vote tracks of all of this. I have a guess. Didn't exactly stick that soft or fill landing, huh? Not like I have much practice. Congrats, rep. So, you think this is the case of schizophrenia? Well, this was a patient unleashed in trouble activity in prison from reality. But in this case, I get the feeling that he is actually well aware of it. Still can't say that, but I'm leaning toward the kind of the defender mission instead. The most congruent question is he is able to manipulate here so Wimberley. That being said, could she still hear us? Don't know about that, but this should be the most normal memory played back now. This should be the memory played back mostly. Okay. No music. What's wait up for? Come on. Haven't you even heard of the perhaps stop and smell the roses? There are flowers on the top of the hill too, you know. I will race you there. Hey, I was thinking, it is a little windy today. Maybe we should go back some other time instead. Oh, don't be such a downer. We are practically already there. Hey, remember when you played cards with me? If you can. Catch me if you can. What? The wind wasn't there. It wasn't there a moment ago. Okay, what does matter now? Just resting here for a while. Again, you barely work any steps. Hey, I'm not the one who has to carry this thing uphill. Oh, I thought you were having gotten stronger by now, that's all. The sailor is bigger too, you know. Just come on and sit here with me for a bit, will you? Do you remember the first time we came here? Which first time? The second one? I guess. The one where you tried to race me to the top of the hill. Oh yeah, that was a dumb move. You sure were excited to take me up there though. Yeah, I have been a while since I took away there. Do I even read the words? Because I'm not even sure. Isn't still one of my favorite places. Yeah. I have always liked how it overlooked the city. It really have been a while, haven't it? I rather it's coming there. So why are you hesitating? We are stepping away from there, you know. Why are you stopping, even stepping as along the way? Stop critiquing yourself, Colin. You are not tired, and there's no wind. We have already come so far. You know as well as I want we have to do. What? There's something going on even more now. Nothing to say. The first time we came here, that was the first time I am pregnant. You played the Sharon too, wasn't it? Yeah, it helped. It still does, actually. Well, no one likes to practice shamans alone. But you could even actually hear what I was playing, could you? never. Sometimes I'm not even sure what I'm doing. It is nice up there today. It always is. You don't have to leave anymore. I can fly now. Everywhere you go, I can go with you. You really are stubborn, aren't you? Oh, wrong voice. But you think you are getting a bit too old for me to stay. People would laugh at you if they knew. They can laugh all they want. I don't care. Now we get into it. You make me who I am today. I leaving to fly because of you. I learned to fly because of you. I keep playing the xylophone because of you. You taught me to practice the saves. I even see the cloud flying by. No, Colin. I can't teach you anything you do not know. Or can I make you do anything you don't want? Maybe all you really want is someone to be there. Even if it was just someone like me. I know it memorizing here, Colin, but you have been spending so much time with me, and imagine that could be what it couldn't be. Don't you think you have forgotten what actually is and all that could be? Is that a paper airplane? Yeah, it is. Sometimes stepping out of the little world we have made, the only way to notice and appears all the beautiful things all around you. I just don't want to be alone. Sure, if I go, you will be alone at time when you don't want to be. But that is all the part of growing up and all the part about for life. Part of life. It is what makes fleeting moment with loved ones treated and our memories precious. It is also what drives you to seek out what you wouldn't find if you just stand here with me. What a wit bird. There's a lot out there just waiting for you, Colin. I can't promise it will always be good, but I think you wouldn't find all that would be living only in those paper of yours. You brought me into the world, and I wouldn't forget that. And while some things are meant to stay, some are only meant to carry you so far. It's true. In my own way, you know I will always be there to protect you. To whatever comes, it is something we could do, that is something you could do. What do you say, Colin? Are you ready? I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for it to end. I don't care what you aren't. You were my first real friend. Hey, that doesn't have to be the end of us. One day you might look back and realize how fast this process of life has passed you by. And the day will come back once more. I will talk like how we used to talk, and you will tell me about your day. No, about your life. You're still telling me about what happened in life when you haven't the old and nice memories you have made. I might not have much a happy life, you know. You're such a downer, you know that? Having a little faith in yourself, Colin. Of course you're well. I know you will. It may take a long time and it may take a lot of work and effort, but when that day comes, I know you will have lots of happy memories to share. And it's almost time. As much as you write in the book by now, you realize the page there is so many pages. Throat again. I must say, talk a lot. Sorry about that. But now that I'm going, perhaps you could finally spare one more page for our thing. This is your book. You don't have to always write about me anymore. It's just like life, right? Same books filled with all kind of different patients as it should be. Take care of yourself, alright? Hey. Hey. I still haven't said goodbye yet. You already have, Colin. A long time ago. Oh, wait! I remember something from that. It's the bird. If we have played the bird, we would have knew that. But how do I know it? I'm not gonna tell you, but I have the game also. But also it's like the fantasy world. It was happening there. Or maybe I'm just crazy, like the last time. In the end. That is a possibility. She never came back, didn't she? Guess not. I wonder if she caught it or are infected. As in, do you think Colin unhappy became she never come back again? If Colin only want to see her again, I doubt he would have needed to call us. Yeah, so perhaps her absence as in the end meant that he was already unhappy by then. Back to square one. Oh, God damn it. Now he's nearly dying. This place is disabled again. We don't have much time left. Let's move. We have to make with what we have. Wait, do we even know what we're doing with him yet? I have a few ideas to try, but we still need to link the memories first. Let's get back to the overworld and figure things out. Yeah. Alright. What the heck? What? In my own way, I will always be there to protect you. Neil? What's taking you so long? This place is falling apart. There's no time to wait for him. I hate this like timed. I think that's all of them, but... Ow. What? Wait, that... Why can I not remember anything of this? What is this place? His memories, they are falling apart. Why do I have two choices? But in the blink of the eye, suddenly there's no more time. And myself here, I just want everyone else. I just want to feel like I have done enough in the world before I go, you know? That makes sense, Colin. Tell us the regrets. What is it you want to fix? We're just going back from some of the of some of the memories. Oh God!
Colin. But when you go through the process and life and the new life, just hold on to something here.
It is not all that fear. I wouldn't forget about you. Well, only the half in the time in the life, and we never been able to do all that we want. No matter... Stop dying! No matter what we do, they are able to be other things than trying a part of team. Okay, I guess. Bugger. Didn't it bolt on your dress? Hey, it's just one excuse to jump into the lagoon. That's true. You know, you don't have to... What's all of that lemon juice? Haven't you even tried right with it? Lemon juice? No, why? Haha. Then perhaps it's totally mind blown by the instrument school magic. Get this. Invisible ink. Invisible ink? Yep. The writing apart on the color only when you heat the paper up. Oh yeah. Because it's going into the old water. That's right. Oh no, wait. You actually used the lighter. I'm a bloody idiot. Come on. I will show you. Let's write something with it. It has been a while since I have write. Well, never too late to start again. How about a letter? To whom? Each one, of course, we could write about this trip. It has been kind of a journey, hasn't it? And in the end of it, you could show even others what we wrote of it all. Why was this not a part of the memory earlier? Yeah. Sometimes you miss. Stop dying! Let me look around. Will not work. Yeah, no way back.
So why would you even consider? Why would you even toss aside everything we have for something make-believe?
I'm not tossing anything aside. I need that voice. All you have regrets. Welcome! We all have regrets. To be righting the wrong or a dream as long past. At Sigmund Corps, we give you that second chance to make things right. Because with our help, it is never too late. That was hard to find that voice so this early in the morning. Now I'm gonna be there the rest of the day. I forgot to read. Couldn't it be that symbol went off? He's still dying. We probably... you are different even from the man you were when I first met you. You are no longer a fool, you know. You are here. You are actually here. I know this memories here ferments spoke after a poor sense her grabs back of the sky. But you have been spreading so much time with me and imagine what could been. Don't you think you're forgetting about actually is and all it could be? Okay, looks like I got it. I got your name. You hear me? I know you're still here. You can come and get me now. Damn it, I really thought it was her. What the... Wait, is that really the only way to... Where the heck have you been? I figured it out, Eva. I figured it out the impossible. I meant it took only amount of spooning feeding, but I guess that was it takes when we are on the inside of it. What are you even talking about? Yes, just what are you even talking about? The sensation it wouldn't wear off already. You don't sound too happy about it. We are here to help Colin, and you are the mentioned precise that is in the way. Well, luckily for you, that can't be mentioned now, can it? So, looks like you are about out of time. If you're going to examine me for good, you might as well hurry. No, we are not here to exterminate you. We are not here to exterminate us. Wait, what? Colin never knew our service, Eva. He already had her. And the able to be changed his replying to live in a different world, one that fills a gap of the he want all in his head. She is what we do, Eva. And yet she left. She left what couldn't have only meant one thing. What are you trying to imply? No, that can't be right. What we're doing is different, just this. How is it different? Because there is more to it. There's more to what we do. We fulfill wishes. We give meaning to people's life. What we do is what to be more than just that for the imaginary friend. It is a lot more prominence for sure, but someone who has to fight. Yeah. Is that something? Yes. And I'm crazy. I'm crazy. But someone who had to fight just to let go of the fantasy and impermanent reality. Maybe our experiment was merely an unwelcome fee, and reminder for the making believe of imagination and the endless possibilities that makes reality seems less than what it is. Hey, you two. Things aren't looking good with the patient. I don't know what you are up to, but you might get out of there. And by mine, what I mean need to. After all that, huh? I guess none of this even matters anymore. There's no way we still have the time to present any alternate chains. No, we might not have time. But what about her? She already links to the machine infant, right? Without us, the Prussian would been enthronement. In fact, of done with for a moment. You are struggling giving sole control of the machine to mental problems of the patient. Yes? The incident of that haven't been done for good reasons. It hasn't been done because no patient has a chance like this. Besides, that is our assassination. It even marks this as a write-off. But what about Lemon conference and contact? It's say, oh, come on, Eva. When have been contract stopped us? Guys, go on. I will be right behind. Don't say I never trust you. Why are you doing this for us? Well, if I were Colin and on my last breath, I would try. I did try you over to stranger wild cousin right. Stranger, huh? You constantly was right about one thing. There is more to what you do than is playing God with people memories. You have been here for a whole day yet. It's all his lifetime. No one else have truly seen the world through his eyes like you have. All well, you are kind of the first I have been able to meet too. So, some silly way maybe that is a part of calling really wistful. It was a heck of a meeting and getting that for sure. Full amendment across the travel to unknown Silman Ferry. You're gonna be alright. You're gonna be alright. Just a little nervous, I guess. Let's give this circus stadium. Did I say that pretty right? Alright. Hey, do you think that in some way I have truly existed? Well, for what is worth, I think all memories in and everything in it can be nothing but a fiction we tell ourselves. Good luck out here, counting on you. And also imagine friends can be stronger than yourself in some point of view, until you realize that. His blood pressure is dropping, well to the sense of fading fast. I think he is letting go. I'm sorry for your loss. Please take all the time you need. I will be in the living room with the paperwork. Then they are ready. Let me get them now. Always a little slack, isn't it? Seems it like it is after all just having been in there. It is what it is. I'm just a little cold. I felt warm in there. What we did back there, did you know if it worked? Hard to say. I will try to dig through the data afterward, but it's never been done like this before. I don't know how confident it be. Guess we got another mess of a report to write. We can take care of that. Even the Dusty Sultans. In the meantime, I'm just remembered something. So, did you succeed? Was it a collaboration? we tried to cope up with something unorthodox, but I'm not sure if we would know what really happened in those last moments. Hey, Sophia says she got a lighter. Oh, yeah? Is there a song in here also?
I never stood up very tall. I think my voice was fairly small. But there were times I'd want to shout, though my thoughts weren't sorted out. So I'd stumble and I'd fall. I learned to fly because of you. So if you left, I could go too. And everything you saw in me, that's what I wanted to be. Did I make it after all? All the grass on the other side. Is it only greener in my mind? I'd still want it the same, because trading my yesterday is to wish my life away. As we dream and as we grow, we have to learn to let things go. But let the wonder never fade, though we've turned 10,000 pages, flying high or stuck below. I've searched for meaning amidst doubt. I finally figured that part out. And all the stories inside me feels like I'm bursting at the seams. And you're here after all. All the grass on the other side. Is it only greener in my mind? I'd still want it the same, because trading my yesterday is to wish my life away.
Oh yeah. It's like both getting away from this brain. looking for something old-timer? Have been a while, huh? A long while. You haven't changed much. And wistful is that now? Listen, I wish it were under better circumstances, but I know. I wish I still had the time telling you about all the happy sides then. It's okay. I was there. I'm only here to say goodbye. So tell me one thing though. Do you still have any regrets? Regrets? Yeah, I have a lot of those. But that is okay. The chance I missed was misbehaved, and all that I wish I had. Well, they will all still be a part of it, and maybe the way for all that I do have. And what I do have would trade for anything else in the whole world. That is all I wish to hear. Go on. They are waiting for you. It is time to go home. Hey, Colin? Sorry I have to leave back then. Thank you for being there, even when nobody else was. Well, it is a good story. I know there's a bit more afterwards, so I'm trying to keep it up. Because Imagine Friends can be a good thing. Yeah, it can be dangerous if that fantasy world in one's head is not the line. it can be dangerous. I didn't explain it this much in the video, or maybe the last video. It's hard to say which one it is, because when that happens, you still don't know what's real and what's not real. And that is a dangerous thing, because what can say if you had a real gun to your head, while you think you have a real gun, and your brain saying, imagine that gun being at your head, and you see it blows up, but it's like you're still alive. It called blanks also. Nice joke. I know it was a bad timing for it, but I couldn't hold myself back for that. But also the story beforehand was the bird story. To be honest, I cannot remember much about it, but it was also a little tell about Colin's life also. But let's get the last thing out and see what's going on. The funeral. I cannot remember this. I remember one part. Sup? Where are you? I'm stuck, drinking home. You said you'd be here. I said I would visit like we always do, not be to the funeral. When was the last time we did that? I know, but it's just thought we owned it to him after. Dr. Rosaline, we are about to start. Go on, I will keep my turn. Alright, enjoy your scotch. You know it. Now, where were we? Oh, not looking shelled, are we, Neil? I ask to cook the not hack my luck. Trembling of the wrench was a terrible idea. Why didn't you just keep both locks on? Damn it, Robin. I didn't know why she even got you involved. Look, we don't have long, and your guy's still in or not? You betcha. So, is that the solid thing you were talking about? Yeah, that's her. Finding the Paradise episode 2. Motherfucker, there was a lot more. The memos. What was the memos? There was a lot of things I missed then. Thank you for having been a part of this. I didn't know this was... No. more things to tell. Besides the Facebook and that thing. Well, thank you so much for watching. And we will see when I play the third game. Because, in my point of view, the episode is what we're going to play with, not the other things, okay? So we will see when we get to the third game, so... Bye, Tigers.